Well, this morning I want to speak to you about the incredible hand, the invisible destiny that sometimes we may not understand, but the Lord has already charted a way for us. The book of Jeremiah 29:11 says, I alone knows the plans that I have for you. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to bring about a future that you hope for. Many times we go through life and we ask ourselves whether or not we are within the will of God, especially when things don't work out as we desire them to. So we begin asking questions and meditating upon the frustrations that have come upon our lives. Little do we know that the omniscience of God, the omnipotence of God has everything under control. And there is nothing that God of the universe is unable to do. All we need to do in many cases is to ask ourselves whether we are moving within the will of God or out of the will of God. Are we moving in the permissible will of God or in the perfect will of God? Because listen, when you move in the perfect will of God, there is always opportunity for you to redeem yourself. Because the Lord will always be there and send a helping hand for you. So I don't mind what yesterday may have brought for you on your table. I don't mind what you're going through this morning. But as long as you know that, Lord, I surrender to you and I am only human, I'm not able to go through these challenges without your grace, then I can assure you that the Lord will do the incredible for you. Listen, I want you to draw within the Spirit of the Lord this morning on this Sunday and meditate upon the invisible grace of God. Listen, His perfection is made so in your weakness. In your weakness, His perfection is made. So your weaknesses or your failures are only an opportunity for Him to affirm His presence and His incredible grace. He's going to cause you to go through this regardless of whatever your friends or your enemies. Listen, when you accept other people's rationalization about your failure, then you become a failure yourself. Even as you go through life, you have learned to reinvent yourself. You have learned to rediscover yourself. You've got to learn to know how to fashion yourself in such a way that you can be able to accommodate the changing circumstances. That's how God is. God is everywhere. Jeremiah looked for God. I think it was Jeremiah or Elijah who looked for God when he had just called down fire from heaven. The next day when Jezebel was looking for him, and he didn't have where to run to, and he ran to the mountains and he began to cry to God. And lo and behold, when he had the thunder and the storms and the mighty things that were making noise, he thought God was going to redeem himself through that. But God wasn't in that. You see, you cannot computalize God and put him in a corner and you think that God is that, that's how you describe God. When you do that, you create an idol for yourself. So you have to learn that God is a God of fluidity. He reinvents himself every now and then in opportunities. So he is able to do exceedingly and above that what you know or even comprehend in your mind. So this morning I want to encourage you that regardless of your failures, regardless of your challenge, He alone knows the plans that He has for you. Jeremiah 29:11, I alone know the plan that I have for you. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to bring about a future that you hope for. Listen, my friend, you are not yet over. God's business is not done with you. He's just beginning to do the incredible things. As long as you fashion yourself and say, Lord, do this incredible work for me, I resign to you, He will be able to guide you and make you sail through the challenges that you have this morning. That's what God will do. So I want you to yearn this morning and worship the Lord and tell Him, Lord, only you, I surrender to you. And God, and even God Almighty, will do it for you. God bless you.